If you have yet to play Deltarune, please go play it before watching this video. You have been warned. Wow, I sure do love this intuitive video game. Wow, it sure does hit me in the feels. I do love this game so very much. The fighting mechanics in this game are undoubtedly the best. I am not biased, no. I can just tell using my extremely high brain capacity, this is the best game ever. The characters, the story, wow, aren't they good?
Nexus 102, it's finally out after 3 years of waiting. But, technically, Deltarune is an official spin-off successor to Undertale. The cult classic hit RPG with new additions like party members, a magic system, and the drowsy system. And the game packs new content, characters, and like adventures. Join Chris.
Can you shut the fuck up? Oh my god! Wait, shit! You weren't joking. So, well, as you've probably all seen, a successor to Undertale came out, named Deltarune, which I've played recently, and oh boy, is it good! Well, of course it is, but how good is it?
The game starts by you creating a vessel, and then after creating the vessel and naming your character, the game tells you you can't choose who you are in this world. Your name is, and fades to white. Your screen fades back and shows Chris's room with Toriel coming in telling you have to wake up for school. You then get driven to school and go to class, and then the science teacher or something, Alphys, tells you to find a partner. After that, you ask one of the students in class to join a group with them. Then the game introduces Susie as she kicks open the door to the classroom. Alphys tells you to get chalk from the storage closet, and that's when the actual game starts and the prologue ends. You wake up in some dark place being called the Dark World, that's what Chris calls it later in the game. You traverse this area until you run into Susie, who's wrapped in the web. You walk over to the right and then get attacked by a mysterious figure. The figure attacks until you slide down to a mountain slide after say, the screen fades to white. After this, you meet Rousey, he tells you the story of Deltarune. So basically, that was a legend of hope, dreams, light and dark, legend of Deltarune. For millennia, light and dark lived in balance, bringing peace to the world. But if the balance breaks, the world would say to end. Only thing to save the world is 3 heroes: a human, a monster, and a prince of dark. Only if this happens, the balance will be restored. So with that out of the way, the 3 heroes set off on their journey. Well, kinda. Susie doesn't give a shit, so she fucking leaves them. Chris and Rousey travel through the Great Door and start the adventure. They first travel through the field of hopes and dreams, and Lancer throws some goons at you, and then after that you meet back up with Susie as she joins the player's party. So Susie somehow teaches Lancer how to be scary, so I suppose that's a thing, yet she was threatening him. Man, Lancer's just something else. Lancer shows up again and basically says he's going to kill you. As the game goes on, you run into Lancer again. After a fight with Checker Boy. By the way, speaking of this Checker Boy, look at him. He's just the cutest little thing. I love he. Alright, so let me continue. Alright, so after the fight with the Checker Boy, Rousey tells Susie that she couldn't always resort to violence. Susie gets mad, joins the Lancer's team. Susie and Lancer run out to create an evil plan, and then suddenly, awkward encounters occur. The evil plan fails, but that was kind of obvious from the start. It's Susie and Lancer, for God's sake. After this sudden turn of events, Lancer and Susie decide to join Chris's party. The party walks up a path and sees the Darkener's castle. Lancer is worried that his father will hurt the heroes and that the heroes will hurt his father. So he runs off and has his guards attack the Lighteners. They're transported to the castle's dungeon. Susie gets out of her cell by, quote-unquote, inviting the guard into the trash can, which, I must add, is a very kind thing to do. She didn't forcibly put him in the trash can or anything. Just let him get in. So Susie runs into Lancer. She fights him. Lancer refuses to fight back. Susie then continues to lash at Lancer time and time again until then she stops to Lancer's absence of fighting back. He runs away, then Susie and the other protagonists of her story march to find the king, Lancer's father. After some thrusty scavenging throughout the royal palace, they reach the throne. Lancer's father threatens to kill Sans 2 on the spot. Susie does thing, blah blah blah. They get in a fight, the protagonists win, obviously, and Susie and Chris go back to their dear home.
All the character interactions in the Dark World and on the surface has a different charm to it. From Susie, who's a complete asshat. From Rousey, who's just a sweet little furball. Then Chris, from what's shown, doesn't talk very much, like our Frisk was. But from the interaction with characters during the end of the story, he still seems different from Frisk. Lancer? Oh, don't get me started with Lancer. He's just really the best. He starts the game by seeming a little bit intimidating, but just as soon as he seems anyway serious, he gets thrown all away instantly. All Lancer is a goofball. Most characters in Deltarune are charming. It's kind of a Toby Fox thing. Toby's really good at expressing things through dialogue. It's just what it does best. But aside that, the character development in the first chapter is kinda eh. The only character that really changed is Susie, but this is only chapter 1, so much more is probably to come. Oh boy, the combat. You know turn-based RPGs like Sonic Chronicles The Dark Brotherhood? Besides the fact that's a horrible game, unlike that game, this game's actually good. The combat takes elements from other RPGs plus the base combat of Undertale. In Chappelle WoW, you got a whole new system. The combat, while still being similar to Undertale, adds a few new things on top of it. For one, magic. Magic works like you would expect. You use mana, in this case TP, to cast spells. Of course, you can still spare, fight, and use items like you could in Undertale. You can also defend now. Defending makes you take less damage your enemy attack. When defending, you also earn TP. The fighting works pretty well. It's everything you can expect from an RPG, plus what you can expect from Undertale. This section is entirely my opinion. If you disagree, that's totally fine. Well anyway, I fucking love this music. It has that edge Undertale had, but much more. It just feels better in a way. And that battle theme is a bop. Just have a listen. The music I've been hearing through this whole video has been from Deltarune and Undertale. It's all just really good background noise. Like most things Toby composes, it's all emitting charm. I really just fucking love this music. Overall, I think Deltarune's a pretty good game. It has a writing that made Undertale what it was, and it has so much more. Many other things go into account why I love this series. Undertale was a big thing for me when it came out. It brought me and my friend Joshua so much closer together. I have a gigantic sweet spot for this game and the series as a whole. Overall, I give